Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my first live stream. I've done the podcast, I've done the blog. Live stream is now added to my collection. Now, if you're wondering about the blog, I'm sorry I haven't posted an episode for a while. I've just been busy with uni work, and for me, I just feel that I'm able to do my blog a little bit more regularly. I'm able to do my Saturday social media review, and that's probably what I'll be focusing on, and you've seen I've been focusing on it at the moment. But as we get closer to the election, hopefully I'll be able to have some more people to interview and actually have some content to put up on to the podcast. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I don't have content. Of course, I still have my Australia Day special, which I still haven't finished editing and uploading, but I will eventually do that, God willing. So that will be uploaded at some point, but hopefully I'm going to get some interviews. Hopefully I'll be getting Mark Rex, the UAP candidate for Greenway, my local candidate, to come on either the podcast or a live stream and talk to him, probably podcast, because I don't think my laptop can handle having Zoom and a live stream going on at the same time. Now, what will I be doing today in the live stream? Well, there'll be a few things that I'll be doing. First of all, I'll be taking your questions. If you have any questions, I think that's the most important thing in live stream. You want to have feedback from your audience, and at the moment, I don't have any feedback. That's okay. That's fine. But if you have a question, put it in there. As I've said before, you can. Well, I actually haven't said this before, but I've sort of alluded to, you can put something in the comments. You can give me a story you want me to look at, either my own story, as in like a blog post or a news story or whatever, and I'll react to it. But if I don't have anything, I'll just be doing a reaction, not really a reaction, but more of an explanation to a couple of series of events that have occurred as me and as, of course, the Gospel Freedom account across a number of different platforms, and I think they're particularly pertinent to Christianity and to free speech and to the topic of conversation right now. So I'll be talking about that. And also, if you can't hear me or if something's going wrong, do let me know in the comments. It's my first time live streaming like this, so hopefully this works. So the first thing I want to talk about is give a little bit of background to these series of events. So there is a man by the name of Dave Pello. He's a Christian. What would you call him? He is he's a bit of a commentator, a bit of a political commentator on current events, and what he likes to do, he likes to post different things about the political climate, about freedom, and generally I agree with him. You know, he rejected the immoral COVID-19 vaccines. I could say lots of words about it. I don't know how long I'd last on Facebook if I said more, but let's just say for Christians, it's immoral, and I'm allowed to say that. But probably there'll be still some little thing at the bottom saying, "Oh, we mentioned COVID-19." You know, you got to censor him, probably. So there was that. That's generally what he posts on. But then he posted something about megachurches. Now, I can't actually show you the post myself. I'd have to go in and go in incognito mode, not log in as me, because I've been blocked by Dave. Now, here's what's interesting. He's a man that promotes free speech, yet he blocks people, which is, we'll get to the second part. But what I said was, basically, that there was this man who he reposted the work of. His name is Tim Keller, and he's an American pastor, and he posted something about megachurches. Now, if you don't know what a megachurch is, you're not Christian, maybe. Megachurches are these massive, big churches where you have thousands of people worshipping and meeting, and that's what you do. It's a megachurch. It's a large church. Now, I didn't read the post. Now, the reason why I didn't read the post was because Tim Keller promotes the immoral COVID-19 vaccine, and you can't be a Christian and promote the vaccine. I do know how to talk, and I rejected to Dave doing this because I'm like, Dave, why are you posting this guy who's promoting an immoral vaccine, and you know it's wrong? Why are you doing it? My girlfriend Ellen is watching. And she's saying, why doesn't it show who's watching? I mean, because it doesn't. You know, it's private. I don't know. It just doesn't, Eleanor. It just doesn't show you who's watching. That's how it works. But yes, hello and welcome to all the other people watching on the stream. So, as I was saying, why is Dave promoting this guy? I'm talking about Dave Pello, Eleanor. He's a, you know, why don't I just link? I'll find his Facebook page, right? I'll find his Facebook page and I'll put it in the comments. Not that I can actually see it. Also, I can't see his Instagram account either, which I'll get to. But he mostly uses Facebook. He hasn't blocked me on Instagram yet. Anyway, I'll put his name in the comments. I'll put his profile in the comments. Anyway, so you can go and you can scroll and you can find that post about megatrages. Now, I didn't read it because Tim Keller promotes the immoral vaccines. I'm like, why are you doing this? And then what clicked in my head was Tim Keller, right? But that was the name. But in my head, I was thinking of a different Tim Costello. Now, although they're both very similar, they're if I find a picture of them and show you in a little bit, they're both older, bald, white men with glasses, right? So, to me, Tim, bald white man, glasses, wasn't thinking so much. Write the comment, you know, why are you promoting this person? Now later, I realized my mistake after all this has happened, and I'm like, oops, I did something wrong. Now, all the things I said were true. That Tim Keller, the actual Tim Keller, did promote the COVID-19 vaccines, and he is wrong on that. Okay, that's wrong. Sorry, that's right. That those things are correct. I directed it at the wrong person, and the reason why I need to clarify this is because Tim Keller doesn't work for an organization which slandered Dave Pello. And that was my point. Like, Dave, these people are insulting you and you're promoting their work. Now, obviously, it wasn't that Tim. Wrong Tim, okay? So I was wrong about that. But that's why I was so confused. I'm like, why are you promoting his work? Now, at the time, Dave Pello didn't call me up on this because he responded to me and he didn't actually say, hey, you're getting confused with the wrong Tim. He could have done that. He could have said, wrong Tim, guys. Wrong Tim Mitchell, you're getting confused. But he didn't. And this Tim Costello is really quite a nasty piece of work by actually promoting these immoral vaccines, which we know are perhaps not vaccines, and perhaps may have a dangerous consequence to, may cause dangerous consequences to a number of people. That's what they do. And he wanted to supply these to third world countries, to the poor countries, the poorest of the poor he wants to give these vaccines to, right? And I'm like, that's wrong. And he completely deplored the freedom movement and the segregation. He went along with it perfectly fine. And I'm like, no, this is not okay, Dave. Why are you sharing someone who does that? Now, again, wrong Tim. Completely accept that. But the point was, Dave didn't accept that I called Tim Costello, directed at the wrong Tim Keller, a false Christian. He rejected the idea that I would say this person is not a Christian. Now, someone's going to say, hey, look, the Bible says don't judge. The Bible doesn't say don't judge. It says don't be a hypocrite when judging. Don't say you are a good person and everyone else is wrong because you just like to do that, okay? It's not okay. It is not okay to judge people when you're a hypocrite, you know? Take the log out of your own eye, a small log, before you take the little tiny speck out of your brother's eye. That's what it says in Matthew. The book of Matthew in the Bible. I'm going to try and make everything nice and clear so that people who aren't Christians are able to understand how I'm talking. But the Christians will know that verse and the passage that goes along with it. And so Jesus isn't saying don't judge. And he never says don't judge people at all. What he says is don't be a hypocrite. Don't say you're this wonderful, fantastic person and everyone else is the scum of the earth. That is not what we're supposed to do as Christians. But they didn't like that. And then I made a couple of comments on a different post, and this was about politics, and how Dave doesn't believe we should just put all the major parties last in the election, in the federal election coming up on May 21. He doesn't believe we should do that. He believes we should individually pick candidates, which is fine. Like, obviously, I don't believe just blindly pick a party and vote for them and not vote for the others. Of course, be discerning and pick the right candidates, but it is a good general policy to put the major parties last, because if you don't know, your vote is worth about $2 to $3. What do I mean by that? Well, if you achieve a certain amount of first votes in the House of Representatives, your party, not you the candidate, the party you vote for, they get money. So I think it's 4%, if you get above 4%, you get that money. So if you choose not to vote for the major parties, you're ensuring they don't get money, which is good, because these people have been destroying our lives over the past 2 years in the states and territories. And federally, they've ignored those things. Now, this is an important thing to talk about. Like, these parties have destroyed us. That's the reason why. Put the major parties last. They get all the money from us, they continue the propaganda, and the cycle continues, and they just keep winning. If we choose not to put them first, you can even put them second. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you put them second, they're not going to get the money. The person who's number one and gets over 4%, they're going to get the money. If that person doesn't get 4%, the money's gone. No one's going to get the money. So the best thing you can do is don't vote the major parties as number one. Okay, if you're such a shill for the major parties, I don't know how or why, because they've been destroying your life. And even if you were so pro-vaccine, and I'm so pro-vaccine, I mean COVID-19 vaccine, and that's how they twisted the words, so there's only one vaccine, it makes you seem crazy if you're against one, then what happens is, I just lost my train of thought because I got a comment. What I was saying is that if you... these people are destroying lives. Even if you're so pro-vaccine and so pro-lockdown, you know that you haven't been able to do the things you like. Go to the pub. I'm sure, I don't drink, but I'm sure lots of you drink and enjoy a drink at the pub. You know, seeing your friends. You will enjoy that. Now, what the money that Eleanor is asking about, that's the comment I was talking about. The money is essentially taxpayer money that funds the political party. So if you don't know, the political parties aren't just funded by private donations or donations by businesses. They're funded by us. And so if parties get a certain amount of votes in the lower house, in each individual electorate, they get the money, as I explained. And so this is why we can't put them number one, because otherwise the major parties will get more money, they'll put more propaganda out, and they'll keep going. And the cycle will continue. And that's not good. We cannot have that. That's not okay. Because we are going to continually have Australia being destroyed if this continues. Okay, so we don't put them at number one. Okay, now I'm a member of the United Australia Party. I don't hide it. Okay, that's where my allegiance is in terms of political parties. I believe we have the best policies that are cohesive. They're not just a single. We're not just a single issue party. We're not just like, hey, look, people shouldn't be segregated and segregated against and experience apartheid. We're not just that kind of party. We're a party that has actually got some economic policies in place so that we can actually transform Australia once everyone has equal rights under the law. Of course, rights don't come from the government, they come from God. But under the law is what I'm referring to. Now, back to my point about Dave. And so Dave was saying, be discerning and don't put the majors last and whatever. But the point is that he didn't like me and a couple of other people saying, hey, look, you know, UAP has lots of Christians in it. Christians should vote for Christians. And there's lots of things, and you can't actually read those anymore, as far as I understand, because the thread has been deleted. Because I was blocked and whatever, so you can't actually read my initial comments, which isn't the point. But the point is, he blocked me, and that was the end of that. Or so we thought. But then, a post came out from Evelyn Ray, who's another member of the Freedom Movement, another Christian, and this was a tweet from her. I don't have a picture of it, but I can read it out to you, because it's... And she reposted on Instagram, and I made the same comment on both. But I'll read out the tweet that she had. I should have prepared. I should have had the tweet so you can actually read it. But if you just search Evelyn Ray, you can read it. or I can just put the Instagram post. If I just put the tweet in, that's probably easier because everyone can read the tweet. Whereas with Instagram, you actually have to be logged in. So I can just simply do that. But anyway, this is what the tweet said. It says, blocking someone doesn't limit their free speech, but it certainly limits the amount of abuse I have to receive. I'll never apologize for that. Block early and block often. And if you think that has anything to do with free speech, you're only confirming how dense you are. Now, I rejected to that, not because I disagree with her point, because I think that her point is probably quite valid. That in actual instances of abuse, you should not be experiencing that, and you are allowed to block people. That's fine. So I'm gonna find the tweet and I'll put it in the comments so everyone can actually read it. And let's put in my first comment. There we go. So it says, do you have an actual argument, or are you just going to label those you disagree with as dense? Now, as you can see, I've prettied it up. I've gone into Canva, and I've made a nice little thing so you can actually read what I wrote instead of just scrolling through comments. Because that can be a little bit boring, just to see text, and so you get something nice graphically on the screen. It mightn't be my first live stream, but I'm going to try and make this interesting. And if I do have time, I'll play video and react to the video. I will have to change a few things as I go along if I need to on the stream, just so everything works. It's a fair way down in her tweets. She deletes her tweets, by the way, which is another thing I sort of objected to, which is she just deletes it, you know? Why do you delete your tweets? And Instagram posts as well, I'm pretty sure she deleted some. I don't get the deleting thing. Unless you've made a mistake, there really shouldn't be any reason to do so. Okay, so I've got the tweet, and I'll put the tweet into the comments, and everyone can read the tweet, which is good. Let's put it in the comments. Anyway, so I've said that. I thought, you know, maybe she'll reply to me. I've commented on a couple of things, but what I've really noticed is that she, Evelyn Ray that is, she really likes to insult people when she makes a point. She's like, oh, if you disagree with this, you know, anyone with more than a tin can and a marble for a brain understands this, and it's all very how do you put it? It's all very arrogant. Now, in a Twitter conversation I had with someone, I pointed out that this may be an example of Calvinist arrogance, because she's a Calvinist. And again, if you're not a Christian, you know what the term Calvinist means. The term Calvinist means someone who believes in a certain set of theological things, but the main point is that we don't have free will and everything is determined. So I'm talking to you, but really, this is not my will, right? But also, I'm going to be held to account for that. For things I didn't consciously do, according to Calvinism, God is punishing me for things that I didn't do. It's a wrong theology. There's a good video. I might find it a little later by I forgot his name. He runs under like me an account, not his name. Running from Comfort, his name. He's a bloke down in Victoria. He was one of the guys who got stopped by the police and in Victoria during the lockdowns, and he was asked what was in his cup. He had a cup of coffee in his hand, and they asked him what was in his cup. I don't know why. Was it, you know, alcohol? Or what do they think was in his cup? I don't understand. That's what they did. And he has a great video on this, and there are several other Christians who talk about Calvinism, why Calvinism is wrong. But to me, that seems to be Evelyn's attitude, is she not just has to have an opinion and not justify it, she just tacks on, she doesn't have a justification, but she has a pseudo-justification, which is that she's right, and because she's Calvinist, everything's determined, and, you know, she's a wonderful person, that's it. Now, obviously, she says she's a sinner and she's fallen, but the whole result of that is that she's a wonderful person and you're not, because God's chosen her and that's it, right? And I think that's wrong, okay? But that's what I put. That's what I wrote. Now, she then replied to me, which I didn't know if she would, and she did. Let's go to, there it is, quote number 2. Okay. I genuinely believe that if people can't understand this basic concept with social media, then yes, they are dense. They lack the ability to grasp basic logic. And this is my point. All she is doing is insulting her opponents and saying, if you do not take this point and say, you are right, Evelyn, you are stupid. And that is wrong. Now, whether I agree with her or not is not the point. The point is that you cannot just say, look at me, I am amazing, I know everything, and you're stupid if you disagree with me, and that's my argument. She doesn't have a reason. She doesn't have an argument for this. And so all she has is, I'm right, you're wrong, and you're stupid if you disagree. And that's what I fundamentally rejected. Let's go to the next quote. Okay, and then I said, just because you can't understand, it doesn't mean that... oh, okay, a mistake there. That is an actual mistake. It says this, sort of the... I corrected some of them when I edited this, but I didn't correct this one. I must have missed that one. What I meant to say is, it doesn't mean that you don't have to provide an argument. You're not God. You don't get to say because Evelyn said so, and that's enough. I believe it's wrong that people reject Jesus' offer of salvation, but that doesn't mean non-Christians are stupid. In fact, the Bible implores us to always have a response about Christianity. So for all these reasons, I think it's fair enough that you provide an argument. And that's it. That's all I said. And for me, that was it. This was probably my best comment out of them all, because it just shuts down the argument. Because the argument is simply, I'm right, you're wrong, and I explain how you just can't do that. And I'm pretty sure it's in 1st or 2nd Peter, that actual part in the Bible where it says that we should always have a response when people ask about Christianity and those things. So my point is that the Bible tells us about the most important thing, we should always have a defense prepared. So if we should have something about the most important thing, we should probably consider the lesser things also important, that when we do make an argument, particularly insulting someone's intelligence if they disagree, then perhaps we should actually have an argument for that. So let's go to the next clip. The next quote. Quote number 4. I certainly am not God and wouldn't blaspheme by even suggesting that. Now, that wasn't my point. My point was not Evelyn saying, hey, look, I'm God. My point is that only God can say, this is what I say, and that's it, end of story. God doesn't need a justification. God can do something, and he can will it, and he can make it happen because he is God. That is my point. My point is Evelyn cannot do that. So she's sort of writing a redundant point, like saying, oh, of course I'm not God. I will never say that. That's not my point. My point is she cannot use the argument of, I'm right, you're wrong, and that's it. She cannot do that. She actually has to provide a reason. Anyway, she goes on. I have explained myself. I've explained that blocking someone doesn't limit free speech. If you disagree with me, if you disagree with why I don't outright owe anyone anything. You haven't explained why. She didn't explain why. She didn't explain anything at all. All she said was, she just repeated her point. I believe you're stupid if you don't agree with my point. That's what she did, and she did it again. So she didn't explain it. She just repeated the point. That's not explaining. And then she says, I don't outright owe anyone anything. I'm happy for respectful conversation and disagreement. No one here has shown such things merely to prove myself. No one here has shown me such things, merely told me to prove myself when they haven't disproved anything. Okay, this is the point I'll get to in a moment. That she seems to think that we have to disprove her. If you make a claim, you have to back it up. Now, if you've provided evidence, it's then up to the other person, which I've done multiple times, okay? So I'm not saying that it's not on the respondents to provide evidence, but if you've stated your point and provide evidence, it's then on the other person. So the burden of proof is on the next person because you provided evidence. She hasn't provided evidence, and so the burden of proof is still on her, which I'll talk about. Like I said, Christ also tells us to use discernment, and blocking people for what is the right reason is me using my discernment. That's fine. Like, if there is a right reason, that's fine. I'm not saying don't block people. What I'm saying is, don't call people stupid for disagreeing with your point and then failing to back up that point with any actual response. And that's, I think, just fair. I think that's fair enough to ask that if you provide a point, you should actually do this. Oh, she's actually responded. Someone shared this with her. Well done. She just replied 1 minute ago. Hi Mitchell, you should have chatted about this Christian to Christian. Zero text, zero misunderstanding, zero slander. Next time, message me, pal. Thumbs up. Well, she didn't respond to me. If you look at the Instagram comment, she has not replied to me. She has not replied to me. So I don't know. I don't know. Someone tag her in something. Say, hey, look, someone's making a live stream on you, right? that would be hilarious if someone actually did that. Maybe it's because I just linked to Twitter and I don't know. No idea. But someone's obviously gone on and said, hey, look, someone's making a live stream. And look at me, I have 3 people on here. Look at this. 3 people. So, apparently, I'm that important that we need to have a comment like that. But go back and read the Instagram post. Go back and read the comments. Who was the last person to say anything? It was me. Oh no, she follows me. She's saying she follows me. Wow, I didn't know that. I never knew that. She must have only just started following me. Anyway, that's interesting. Well, I'm happy to clarify. Happy for you to respond to exactly what I've written, Evelyn, because I think that you deserve a proper response. You deserve to be able to make a proper response because you haven't. Because I ask you something and say, here, could you please provide some evidence? And you don't. You say, hey, look, you're stupid. If you disagree with me, that's it. So I can just stop here and you can explain yourself because, look, there's really no point me reading on here because, you know, if you've got an actual explanation now, which would be good, and the reason why I said I didn't message you is because you didn't reply to my messages. I said, you're talking about side issues, you're not actually going to respond. You seem to want to make this the end of things. And now you say, oh no, now Mitchell's done something. Now, oh no, you should have talked to me. Well, you had your opportunity. So what did I say next? Okay, quote number 5. Okay, I said, you did actually respond to what I said. You explained by repeating the statement. That's not an explanation. So I'll ask again, do you have an argument proving your point? And that's right. You know, as I just said, where's the argument? Quote number 6. And then you said, that's not how it works, mate. I've made a statement. If you disagree with my statement, you tell me and I'll respond. I don't need to provide you with an argument when there's no argument. Haha, that's how it works. Basics. Then, I'm going sort of quickly through this because, you know, I sort of respond in my own way. No, you need to back up your argument. It's called the burden of proof. Basics. Because we're going to talk about, basics. Here's basics. Burden of proof. Then Evelyn says, I provide all the burden of proof I need to, friend. If you disagree with that, you are required to explain why, and then I get to refute or accept that. I've made my statement. I believe I've explained it for enough people to understand. If you don't, well, that's up to you. Explain why, and then I can choose whether to go further or not. All the best. And then what do I say? I say, a long one. You don't provide the burden of proof. You meet the burden of proof. To use your language, anyone with more than a tin can and a marble for a brain knows this. But I don't believe that, firstly, because I know not everyone understands how to argue formally, and the language the language that goes along with that. Secondly, because I don't believe insulting someone's intelligence is an argument, or wins you an argument. So let me explain what the burden of proof is. Cambridge Dictionary explains the burden of proof as the responsibility for proving something. So what does that mean then? Well, it means that when you make a claim, you have to back it up. The onus isn't on the opposer to prove you wrong. You seem to confuse two ideas and say that you explained well why you met the burden of proof and also your initial statement. You asked me to prove why you haven't met the burden of proof, which I have. I've shown that you gave no supporting argument to your claim other than that rejecting that you're right, which is not proof. And I'm nearly finished. Only 2 more quotes here. Hit the nail on the head. You don't understand me. That's a reference to a separate conversation I had with another person where I said, I might understand Evelyn, because sometimes she just says she's a cranky girl and she just does things. You don't understand me, no hard feelings, see you for the next disagreement, haha. And I certainly don't think I am better than anyone. Not in the slightest, I understand total depravity very well. I disagree with your understanding total depravity as a Calvinist. I disagree with your view of total depravity. My understanding of total depravity is that we're all fallen in sin, we can't save ourselves. Calvinist understanding of total depravity is that you're so fallen in sin that you cannot do anything other than what you've been determined to do, apparently by God, but also it's not God's fault. And so he needs to come and do something in you so you accept Jesus. Plenty of people have made videos about Calvinism. I can talk about it if you want, but I don't really need to. And then I said, so after all that, you're not going to answer anything and just talk about the side issues. Well, and that's it. That's it. So no more. Yes, after you're done slandering me, message me. We'll organize a live. Looking forward to it. God bless. Wow. That's really interesting, right? That's good. Well, thank you, Evelyn. I don't mean to slander you at all. In fact, I'm only reading out your comments and reading out my comments. I'm not here to say, hey, look, you're a horrible person, that's it. What I'm doing is saying you didn't answer what I wrote. So, like, I can keep doing the same thing, which is you say something, and then I say you didn't prove that, then you say I did, and then I say you don't. So, it would be good to do a live, right? That would be good, but with the actual understanding that you're going to answer the questions. Because if I said that I agreed with you, right, you'd be like, oh, that's the end of that. No, but you have to have a reason why. When you write something, you should have a reason. I'm not saying I disagree with you. Not once did I say I disagree with your point, which is actually the funny part. Now, I do disagree slightly with the point, which is, what is abuse? Why would you block a person? What is the abuse? See, for me, some people doing things like this, you have, from what I can remember, you have blocked people over, where they've said, oh, I disagree with you, blah, 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 and you blocked them. But for me, somehow, I'm the exception. Maybe, here's a joke, you're getting nicer, it's a joke, let's be clear, it's not slander. And they're actually willing to discuss it. But my point is that I don't understand why I have to do this. And then you're like, oh yes, I'll do a live with you. That would be good. So no. And also, if you haven't watched the beginning of things, you can go back and watch where I talk about what happened with Dave and how I was wrong and how I'm willing to admit I was wrong. I made a mistake and I talked about the wrong Tim. I addressed the wrong Tim about an issue. But my point is, I'm happy to admit that I was wrong on something. So that's the second part of things. And then I actually mentioned Dave in a tweet. Now, if I can go find the tweet, I'll actually get what he said. But again, I don't have... he's blocked me on Twitter. So he's blocked me on Facebook. So I mentioned what Evelyn had said on Twitter. And said, you know what, Dave and I, why don't we have a talk? And unlike you, Evelyn, Dave, he didn't like to offer having a chat. So, actually, I think that's a good thing that you said, that you'd do a live, and I'm happy to accept the offer. But Dave didn't. He was like, oh, no, I'm just going to block people. He didn't even say anything, he just blocked me, which is hilarious. Not that blocking someone is funny, but it's funny that he said nothing. Also, I'm a little bit confused, Evelyn. Why would you want to do a live with me if I'm apparently slandering you? Like, I don't understand that. And I don't like the word slander in this kind of context, because it implies that what I'm saying is not true, and all I'm doing is reading out your words. It's just strange having a live stream reacting to someone and then they join, and so if you get confused between me referring to Evelyn in the third person and the first person, that's because she's commented here. And when I upload this to YouTube, I'll put all the comments in there so everyone can read exactly what happened. So we're not misrepresenting anyone. I'm just trying to find the tweet from Dave. I have to go to the dark web to find his tweet because he's blocked me. It would be just so much easier, Dave. You just did an Evelyn and just said, oh, you're slandering me. Oh, yeah, but I'll talk to you. Because that's fine. Oh, done slandering me. I'm really not. Like, this is the point, is I think that everyone has a little bit of... Not everyone, but lots of people now in the freedom movement seem to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they seem to think that everyone's out to get them, or at least, Dave and you. It seems like everyone's like, oh, you're slandering me, how dare you judge someone, blah, blah, blah. And I just think maybe as the power got into all of our heads in the freedom movement, and now we found a community. Now within that community, we just have these massive disagreements. It's not a disagreement over nothing, but I mean it's really a small thing. Like it's really a small issue. It's really something that could just be answered by you actually answering me. But you've agreed to do a live, so I'll leave it there and move on. But I just think that perhaps we've lost sight as a freedom movement of exactly what we're doing. When we just start to block people, like, just come on. Okay, so let me find the tweet. Okay, so I said in the tweet, 100% right, agreeing with someone else's point. I had the same issue with Dave Pello on Facebook, and I tagged him, who blocked me right after pointing out that he covered for people who work for organisations which disparaged him and promoted poison, which then have the gall to call themselves Christians. Why don't we have a chat, Dave? So, look at this. Evelyn, when we want to talk about who offers who to have a chat, I actually offered Dave a chat with this one, because he blocked me. If you blocked me, I probably would have done the same thing, but I couldn't do it on Twitter, obviously. But if you did it on Facebook, I could have done it, or whatever. I would have found some way. Anyway, now, again, I already clarified I had the wrong Tim in the comments. I was talking about the wrong Tim, but my comments still stand. Eternity News, the fake Christian magazine, yes, I will call them fake Christian, when they promote an immoral vaccine, that is wrong, right? Which is what I pointed out to Dave, which, again, I asked him. I said, do you actually have a line for a point where someone who calls themselves Christian is no longer Christian if they do some sort of thing? Do they have a line? Okay, I don't think they do have a line. Sorry, Dave, I don't think he does have a line. Which I asked him, and he didn't do that. He basically just said, hey, look, you're saying this and this, stop judging people, basically, and that's it. And then he says, oh, I block heaps of people too. At Evelyn's 100% right. Life's too short to waste on insincere and incivil people. I've never heard of incivil. I think it means uncivil. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know English. And there's no right to force someone to listen. I have a special reflex for morally superior Pharisees judging everyone's Christianity, such repulsive people. Right, now, I'll, can I actually, oh, yeah, I can link the tweet. Yeah, you can read the tweet. So, here is the tweet. I'll get the link, and you can all read what he said. And you can also read the brief conversation I had as well, because it'll be there. Let's put it in. Done. Anyway, so let me break that down. And I'm sorry I didn't have it on the screen, but I really only thought about the Evelyn part, and then this is the second part, which was sort of flowing on from that. And also, I don't have Twitter to show you guys because he blocked me, so I have to go, through not being logged in. So life's too short to waste on insincere and incivil people, right? Well, let's just say uncivil or whatever. We'll want to use rude people. Okay, right. So to waste on rude people. Now, what did Jesus do? Did Jesus talk to the Pharisees who were rude to him? He did. Okay, so I think life's too short. I guess the point is, don't waste your time on people who are going to just be rude for no reason, okay? And I agree with that point, okay? And, you don't have the right to force someone to listen. That's true. You don't have the right to force someone to listen. Okay, but what you do have in a society with free speech is that you actually allow people to listen, okay? And you can't have that if you block people, right? You can't have these conversations that I'm having now. If I do have a live stream with Evelyn, then that'll be fine. Then I actually will have that opportunity. But at the moment, I don't have that opportunity to talk to Dave because he's blocked me. Okay, Instagram. Okay, if Dave, you're watching, I don't know how or why. Maybe Evelyn's told you. You haven't blocked me on Instagram, so I might send you a message if I haven't already. If I get a chance, if you haven't blocked me by the time I finish this. So I get that, and then you have a special reflex as morally superior Pharisees. Morally superior Pharisees. Okay, that's an interesting point. So obviously, it's a mocking term. Like obviously, Pharisees aren't morally superior. They think they are, and that's the point. But I don't like this idea of special reflex. It's like the idea of a special place in hell. It's like, oh, Hitler, there's a special place in hell for Nazis or whatever. And that's just not correct. So I disagree with that, the special reflex part, but that's just me. And and the second part, which is them judging everyone's Christianity such repulsive people. Now, I didn't judge someone's Christianity. What I did was looked at the Bible, and then looked at wrong Tim, but I meant to be Tim Costello, same in place of Tim Keller actually. They're promoting an immoral vaccine. Now, if these people promoted homosexuality, would we say those people are Christian? If they promoted lying, if they promoted adultery, if they promoted X, Y, Z. If those people did it, will we say they're not Christians? And Dave refused to answer these questions. So my point is, when are we allowed to say this person is not a Christian, even though they call themselves one? And that was my point. Okay? But he doesn't like that. So I'm not here to judge everyone's faith. I'm not here to say, hey, you're a Christian, you're not a Christian, you're not a Christian. I don't do that. It's not Oprah Winfrey with everyone gets a car, right? Right? It's not me saying you're a Christian, you're not a Christian. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is that the values espoused by Tim Keller and by Tim Costello, these people are not Christians because you're promoting these things. Now, if they repented and said, oh, look, I've done the wrong thing, and I'm sorry, of course they're Christians, right? I've done wrong things. I'm not here to say I've never done a wrong thing in my life. But what I will do is say, hey, look, I'm going to go with God's word first. Okay? And my general point of this all was not just that these people were wrong, but why Dave would be promoting them. Because it doesn't make sense. These people have slandered the Church and State Summit, which is Dave Peller's summit. That is from so-called Christian Eternity News. And they slandered him. Why would he do that? Now, he did actually promote something from them, which is wrong. Okay? Again, wrong Tim. But if he did, that wouldn't make sense. But the point is he defended him. And he didn't say, hey, Mitch, you got the wrong Tim. And I would have been like, sorry, I made a mistake. Which I have now. I've made a mistake. And I acknowledge that. Now, are these people such repulsive people to judge people's Christianity? I don't believe these are the Pharisees. The Pharisees are actually the fake Christians. The fake Christians are the ones who say, hey, look, the vaccine's all about your neighbour and loving your neighbour and doing this. And so that's what Pharisees are. Now, if you don't know what the Pharisees are, the Bible talks about the Pharisees. They're a sect of pre-Christian Judaism. So if we want to talk about correct religion prior to Jesus, it was this ancient Judaism. But they were very insistent upon upholding certain practices based on the Bible, but sort of twisted to fit their own standards that they made up. And that's basically what Pharisees are. The term Pharisees now generally refers to someone who thinks they're morally superior by doing these extra things that are based on a moral standard such as the Bible, and they're not. Okay, and then they're not actually based on the Bible. So, yeah, and the point is, are these people so repulsive? Well, some people would say the Catholic Church are like the Pharisees. Are they such repulsive people? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But, again, I'm not doing anything unbiblical by judging someone like this. If you held up a mirror to me, and I was continually espousing unbiblical things, I would not be Christian. I hold the same standard up. But it just seems to be on this vaccine issue that we seem to forgive all these people when they're promoting poison. If we all believe this is poison, why are we saying these people are Christians? If you believe these people understand it's poison, they're not just ignorant of the issue, then we do have to say those things. But that's really all I have to say, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it's fortunately, I guess. But yeah, so this will be on YouTube, and hi if you're watching on YouTube. I did a live stream on Facebook, that's the way I know. And Evelyn wouldn't have seen this if I did it on YouTube, or Telegram, or Twitter, or wherever else I would have done it. Instagram. But yeah, I'm happy to do a live, Evelyn. I don't think she's watching anymore. She is. Hello. But both these things don't actually point to me having a particular view on things. Apart from the Tim Keller, Tim Costello thing. They point to people making a point, not actually backing themselves up, which is, what I was attempting to do. I was attempting for Dave to defend why he was defending these people. Now, again, I got it wrong Tim. Okay, I know. I have to admit again, wrong Tim. Actually, Tim Costello there is a photo with Tim Costello with glasses, right? I'll get the two photos that made me confuse them. And so you can actually see why I actually got them confused. I'll actually get Tim Keller's Facebook picture the one he uses. And that's why I got things wrong. But I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I got things wrong, and I'm happy to admit that. I just don't see any, we'll use a Christian term. These people, not necessarily Evelyn and Dave, but they like to use these sort of extra Christian terms that I don't particularly like to use because I don't think they're helpful. I think you have specific terms relating to Christianity, which are necessary, like theological terms. We should have those terms, and that's necessary, but some are not necessary. Okay, and I think like terms like seasons and fruit. But anyway, the point is, I don't think you get any fruit. You don't get anything good out of blocking people and saying if you don't do that, you're stupid or you're dense or whatever. I just don't think it's good to do those things, and that was really my entire point, because I never said I didn't agree with Evelyn or Dave on so many of the points they made, because I do agree with them on so much. Anyway, let me show you Dave. Sorry, not Dave. Let me show you the two Tims. Right? Let me change the size so they look remotely. Okay. Now I show it. They probably don't look that similar, but the bald sort of white guys with glasses, and they're both Tims. Right? So this is Tim Keller on the left, and that's Tim Costello on the right. Now, I'm not saying neither of these people haven't done good work. I haven't said that either of these people are terrible, horrible, no good people, as if they're somehow worse than the rest of us as sinners. But I just wanted to point those things out. And I also wanted to point out again, with Evelyn, that, we should have an argument for things. And that's all I want to do. So you know what? Maybe I would have a chat with Evelyn. But hopefully, if it is a live, and I'm not just going to do a live if she's not going to answer the question, but if she is prepared, if I say, Evelyn, if she's still watching, she's not, don't worry about it. Evelyn, if you're prepared to actually answer the question, that's fine. But if you want to dodge the question, then that's not okay. Because, maybe I would agree. But what hits me more are the disparaging comments calling everyone idiots. And yet when I apparently slander you in using your own words, I'm the problem. But when you call everyone an idiot or dense, you made it one tweet about saying, the world was full of idiots, or something like that. I'll find the exact tweet. We only realised now, or we only came to realise that now. That I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's right to say to people, you're all idiots. I'm not saying you're not a Christian for saying it, but I'm saying I don't think it's helpful. And that's really it. Now Ellen is asking, is this recorded? Yes, it's recorded. She asked me to share my screen so we can watch Libs of TikTok and dodge. No, I don't really want to do Libs of TikTok. I can. Okay, you want me to? I might do a couple of videos. Show a couple of videos of Libs of TikTok. I don't want to judge them. Or maybe you mean judge the videos. But I'm not looking to judge the people. Like, I don't think it's, again, helpful to do that. What I think it is helpful is to judge bad ideas. Okay? So I can say someone's not a Christian without actually talking about the person alone. What I'm talking about is the person, how do I put it? I'm talking about the person in a generic sense. That if such a person does this is not Christian behavior. And this is what I feel is more the issue. So I'm just finding the Evelyn Ray tweet where it talks about people who are being stupid or dumb or whatever it was. Now I actually did have actually have a video of Evelyn talking about these things in a story. I recorded Evelyn's story, but in light of this, I don't think it's, in light of her offering to do this, I don't think it's necessary. I could respond, but I might do the Libs of TikTok in just as a little break. Here it is. 2 tweets in a row. I guess we have always lived with this many idiots. We just never have been tested like this until now. It says till now. The next one, some days there would appear to be a lower IQ presence on the internet. Today would be one of those days. And I'm not going to put the tweets in the comments because you can click the Evelyn Ray tweet from before. So that's fine. Again, maybe people are idiots, but I just don't think it's good to say anyone who disagrees with this is an idiot. Right? I think that's okay. I think it is okay to make statements, but it is not okay to say if you disagree with me, you're an idiot, and then not actually have a reason. It could be true. If someone says I am a chair, right? You know, then they should have a reason. If they don't, well, then maybe they're an idiot, right? Because they think I'm a chair. If they really believe I'm a chair, they're an idiot, right? That's what I'm talking about. But for an actual proper argument, it's not fair to just call everyone an idiot. And that really is only my objection. Because if someone's abusing you, sure, block them. I never said that it's not okay. What I want to know is what clarifies... I want to clarify what is the abuse. So let me find Libs of TikTok. And I'll play a couple of videos. For your... I don't know if it's enjoyment or displeasure. I don't really watch Libs of TikTok. I occasionally see one pop up somewhere and I watch it, but it's just you know, like Dave said, sometimes you just gotta not watch it because it's insincere people, or not necessarily insincere people, but the fact that some of these people they're just not right in the head, some way, either through a demon or mental health or both. I don't know. Okay, let me try to share my screen, Village of TikTok. So I'm going to do webcam, that's my webcam here, and okay, so let me see if we can get that. Let's add blah blah blah. That's not the one I want, but it'll, if I have to do it. I guess I'll have to do, no? It's not going to work. Manual. If I do manual, automatic. It's not, I don't want to capture that window. That's my, my window of the stream. I guess I could, if it won't let me. Do that. I guess I could just use that window. It's not that I have an issue with sharing my screen. Oh, there it is. Libs of TikTok. Is that working? There we go. It's working now. There we go. Libs of TikTok. Let's watch some Libs of TikTok. Okay. Now I've just got to add the sound in just so you guys can hear. Okay. So desktop audio. There we go. So you should be able to hear if I just add it. Is that going to work? I don't know. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm just going to put my headphones on and play the video. Or play a video and let me know if you can hear it. Yeah, we know these. Whatever happened with Taylor Lorenz, I talked about that in my last Saturday social media review. There's an ad. Oh, have I clicked on the account? I gotta. Oh, that's why. It's the top ones. I gotta actually click on the account. That would be why. Come on. Not sure why. Hang on, if I add it into the audio mixer, I just gotta put it in so it works. Otherwise, it won't add in the sound. No, I don't want a picture. Not exactly sure. It's loading. It's loading the picture. I don't want to load the picture. Just go back to that. Yeah, just go back to the homepage. I might not actually be able to show the Libs of TikTok if I haven't set it up for the video. No, I don't want to go to Twitter home. Live to TikTok. Well, there's a tweet. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it might not work to show the audio. Maybe I might have it's probably not going to work. Because it takes a whole lot more power to share my screen and show video. So I probably won't be able to show the Evelyn Ray video. And this, if it's not going to work. So but I'm attempting to do what the viewers want, which is libs of TikTok. Yeah, Eleanor's saying she can't see the screen. Oh, hang on, I haven't changed it across. Yeah, my mistake. There it is. That's the screen. Thank you for reminding me. I must have switched it back or didn't switch it. Again, this is it's very laggy. My computer's not really built for this. So what's happening, dude? I don't know what's happening, Twitter, but oh, there it is. There's desktop audio. Okay, so now I should be able to play the videos, and you can hear them. There we go. So there's a tweet saying how I've got to name the owner of the Libs of TikTok account wants to be supported. Okay, here's one video. I don't know, we'll do maybe 2 or 3. Maybe before I hypothetically shoot myself in the head. Not hypothetically, metaphorically. No, I'm not going to shoot myself in the head. And no, I don't follow them because I don't really want to see too much craziness. And I prefer to usually follow either the UAP accounts or Christian accounts. That's just me. If it doesn't work, I apologize, but it looks unlikely to work. It may work. Okay, now we're getting loading now, so we'll make it something. At this stage, maybe it'll be 2 videos. Looks like it'll be 2 videos. At this stage. Oh, could not be played. I wonder why. Oh, wait, no, I think it's working now. Hang on, I've got to make sure that I can listen so I can hear the video as well. Because I think it played your sound before from my computer. Okay, here it is. 1 minute and 20. Yeah, that's just about enough time I can handle. Enough, long enough that I can handle. Hang on, it's on mute. Come on, don't. I think, is it on mute? Or I just can't hear it. It's on mute, off mute. Back to full. Let's play the video, and we'll be fine. With sound, please. Okay, so it says you people can hear it, but it's not working. I should be able to hear it, but I can't hear it. I'll play it, and maybe you guys can hear it.
So
there we go.
So this one is about pronouns. Now I'm going to start with a preface that you should be talking to your students
Ooh, very laggy.
Students about pronouns. Everyone has a pronoun, and you shouldn't be.
Oh dear, come on. You shouldn't be, I'm sure she's gonna say ashamed. If I was a betting man, I'd put $10 on ashamed to win as the next word. Come on. Maybe we'll go back to the beginning and I'll do it. Oh no, I'm probably just gonna make it worse by telling you to go back to the beginning. Oh dear. I think I'm probably gonna give up anyway if it doesn't work. That's a shame. Oh well. We had a good run, guys. I tried to do libs of TikTok. It doesn't want to load on Twitter. Okay, maybe it is. It's as soon as I say don't load, it starts to load. Come on,
This one is about pronouns.
There we go.
Now I'm going to start with a preface that you should be talking to your students about pronouns.
Okay, now hopefully the rest of the video will work fine. But I'll use this pause I've made to say yes, you should be teaching kids about pronouns. In a grammar lesson, right? Of course you should. He, she, and it. Good. Right? It's a start. Now let's see. Presumably it's going to get worse, but let's keep playing.
Everyone has a pronoun, and you shouldn't be assuming what they are. Just like
Okay, so everyone has a pronoun, and we should be assuming what they are, which is wrong, okay, because that implies that you cannot discern someone's gender from how they are biologically, which then therefore means that pronouns have nothing to do with gender and nothing to do with biology, okay, which is wrong. Of course, you know, he is a man, someone with XY chromosomes, and someone with XX chromosomes is a woman, so we use she. Okay, that's how things work. So it's probably going to get crazier. Let's keep going.
you shouldn't assume what someone's name is, right? Like if I went up to you and I was like, hey, George, and you're like, no, my name's Kyle. And I said, no, it's George. And you were like, no, it's Kyle. And then...
Okay, well this is ridiculous, right? Saying someone's name is very different, incorrectly saying someone's name is very different to their gender, okay? Because you know their gender, you might not know their name, right? And so what you're doing is conflating, what she's doing, Shay, is conflating the idea that your name is, you choose your name, I guess, so I guess you choose your gender or something like that. But it's a bit different from saying an incorrect name to something you prefer, right? These pronouns are all preferred, right? You know, this person desires to be called such a thing. Your name is not the same, right? Your name is this name or it's that name, okay? That's your name. Same with actual gender. You're either this gender or you're not. You're the other one. You're either male or you're female. It's the same thing, right? So the only way this can be true is if we actually understand that biology is fixed and that there are only two genders, male and female. Of course, for intersex people, that doesn't mean there's no gender. It just means that there are some biological issues there.
And I responded by saying, no, I can tell by the way that you look that you're a George. That was
okay, yeah. She's going to say that's ridiculous. Of course it's ridiculous, because you can't look at someone and say that's your name, unless that's a name tag, this is your name. It's not the same as gender, where you can see, generally, if someone's a man or a woman. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, and Eleanor's saying we can't assume someone's name or pronoun based on their looks, which is wrong most of the time. Anyway, let's go on.
That would be ridiculous. And that's how ridiculous you sound when you assume people's pronouns. But I figure that anyone following my page already knows that and is already...
Okay, well maybe they are, but maybe they are thinking the same thing as you. Doesn't make it right. And Helena was right saying that that's what she's saying, that she thinks we can't assume someone's pronoun, but we can. That's how things work in society. We assume things. When we say words, they have meanings. There are definitions. Because if we don't have a common definition, how can we talk to each other? Okay, we can't. We can't talk to each other if we're not able to have a common set of words where we understand meanings. And the same goes here. And what the left are doing is they're trying to change the meaning of words so that they can make their own Marxist agenda occur, which is that, nothing sort of means everything and everything means nothing. It's wacky stuff.
Talking about pronouns with their students.
Yeah, I know. Ellen just said that's what she thinks she's saying. That's not what Ellen's saying. Yeah, I was just saying that Eleanor is saying what she thinks this teacher is saying.
So the real tip on how to be more inclusive in your classroom is to stop calling them preferred pronouns.
But that's exactly what they are. If they are exactly preferred pronouns, if they are not tied to your biological gender, okay, which is the only gender there is. The rest is made up, fictitious genders. You're not using gender in a real term if they're not biological. Then that's all they are, preferred. That's all you want to be called, just like your name, like a nickname. Okay? That's exactly the same thing.
That's horrible. My pronouns.
No, it's not horrible. It's not. You chose them. If you're saying, okay, now she's about to say my pronouns weren't a preference, but they are. If you're saying that you can choose your pronouns, they're a preference. That's how it works. You like tomato, cheese and ham sandwich, or you like a chicken and mayo and lettuce sandwich. That is a preference. Oh, that's not a preference. It's just. Let's just see what excuse she tries to give and what reason.
Pronouns aren't a preference. I don't prefer that you call me she, her. It's not a preference. It's my gender.
It's your gender, right. And how did you choose your gender? Right? So did you choose your gender, or are you just biologically your gender? Right? It's your gender, which is.
Please respect it. They are my pronouns. They are not my preferred pronouns. They are my pronouns.
The only reason why they are your pronouns is because you are a woman. She, her refers to a woman, and you actually are a woman. That is why they are not your preferred pronouns. What you're doing, or what she's doing actually, is she's trying to say, hey look, in my case, my real pronouns are the same as my preferred pronouns. Therefore, all preferred pronouns are real pronouns. Yeah, Eleanor's suggesting maybe a BLT sandwich.
So, in your classroom, just start calling them pronouns. Stop using the word prefer as if, your gender's a preference. It's not.
But then, if your gender's not a preference, what is it? It's biological then. This is what the left tries to do. It tries to have subjectivity, but say it's all objective. So the truth can only be objective or subjective. Right? It can be one or the other. And the left tried to say, it's all subjective, yet there are some objective truths, like gender isn't real. Or that it is real, but it's made up. And so she's exactly right, in the sense of, they are not your preferred pronouns, as long as we agree the gender is biological. If we don't agree on that, then that's what they are. They're preferred pronouns. Same as a preferred sandwich, or preferred age, or whatever you want. As long as you stop saying that truth is objective and truth exists, like you have an actual age, you have an actual gender, right? You have an actual name. If we stop doing that, what do we have? It's a preference, and that's all it is. So she's not a crazy one, but she was calm, didn't scream. She doesn't have crazy coloured hair and piercings and tattoos, not that I can see. So she's not a crazy one. But again, we agree with her as long as she maintains the point that it's bad biology. Okay? And this is what so many people object to. They object to these are the leftists. They object to the sort of the little comment at the beginning that Libs of TikTok put on, and they say, oh, they're just sort of sort of hyping things up. Oh, Eleanor's got a video she wants me to watch. I'll watch one more, then watch Ellen's video. As it's from Instagram. Okay, here's okay, I think we're about to get to something crazy now. Yeah, we got the short hair. I should have said short hair as well, and the tattoos. And yeah, let's watch this one.
The Brooklyn Public Library has a new initiative called Books Unbanned. They're allowing anyone 13 to 21 years old, regardless of where they live in the United States, to get a free Brooklyn Public Library card. That book gives you access to the library's full catalog of digital and audiobooks, and you can take out as many as you want, as many times as you want. So if a book you want to read has been banned in your school or your town's library, you can head on over to bklynlibrary.org and get your free library card. The Brooklyn Public Library has a new initiative called Books.
Right. So that's that. I don't know what those books are, but I don't think they're good books. Let's get Eleanor's video and watch that. It's the Libs of TikTok on Instagram. I think Libs of TikTok definitely started on YouTube, so this is Instagram. But let's see the video, and then I think we might call it a day. It's been a little bit over where I thought. And Instagram's loading. Here's the video. Oh dear. Let's watch it. So does it have a title? It must have someone somewhere. What if I make it this way? If I change the orientation. Let me just move things across a little bit. Something like that. No, I think I'll have it back the way I had it, and you can actually see what I'm doing. You can actually see me. It's lagging now. Now that it's playing the video, it would still lag. Come on, let's go over the side. Thank you very much. Okay, and no, we're staying on this page. And we'll move it across. That doesn't look good. Yeah, and Eleanor wants me to read. She just sent me a personal message to read the title of the book. Not the title, sorry, title of the post. I can't see that at the moment. But I think they're barking at each other. This is crazy stuff. I'm not exactly sure when the video started, so we'll just start from here, I guess. I can't hear anything. So either the sound's not working or something. I'll make it full screen again. See, this is why I don't use Instagram, because it doesn't work well. Holy hell, what did I just watch? Hashtag Libs of TikTok. That's the quote. Oh, that's exactly what I thought. I'm going to myself to the top. I can't do this. I can't end. Can't end. I don't know if this is a loop or just that's the enough. Oh, and now Eleanor's telling me not this video. She wants a different one. Apparently, read the title of. I don't know one she's referring to, because I read out the title of the other one. She's not sure it's this one. Let's move it across again. Can't end on that. That's horrible. Why are you barking? It's crazy. Yeah, it's the announced a new thing. Genderqueer books. That's what it says. Without parents knowing, which is, I mean, like, I think it's a bit redundant. Like, of course, parents aren't going to know, right? So, yeah. So I think it's a bit of a redundant point, but yeah, we can't end on this. We have to have a happy video. Let's just find something happy to end on. Unless Eleanor sent me more. Oh, I know she's saying read the title of the video. She actually sent it on the chat. I don't think I've read the title of the video. I don't think I need to. Eleanor just said I didn't read the title of the video. I didn't. I think I need to, because it kind of is. Anyway, let's watch something fun. What's a nice video to end on? Yeah, Eleanor is quoting a particular word, that these are sexually explicit books. You can read the word, I don't need to say it out loud. Apparently. I don't know the book, Genderqueer. I don't have any idea what's in it. Probably could be bad, I have no idea. And New York is this in US. Obviously, you know, some of that would be pretty left-wing, so it may contain that. I have no idea. I just don't spend too much time with this. I leave the Americans deal with this kind of stuff. I could just find something happy to end the end this on. This is just. Let me think of something. What do I have? Well, what's a good one to watch? A good happy video. I don't have one. I don't have any. Maybe Eleanor's got a suggestion. Because I don't know. She says this. So she's posted something, or she's commented something. Oh, here's a video. Okay, she's got a video for us, so maybe this is a happy one. Hopefully it is. Otherwise, it's not good. Let's switch back so you can see it. Do. It's loading. While it's loading, I think I'll just switch back to me so you can see me. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll end with this. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not horrible. If it is, Eleanor, that's not good. I'll have to find a new one to end on. Oh no, it's a Libs TikTok one. It's a Libs TikTok one. But maybe this is funny. It's got to be something good. I can see it's Libs TikTok. So it loads. Play. I think I'm gonna regret this. Fake on. Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh. Oh, I think I've seen this one. I think I've seen this one. Because isn't it where they run up to give Winnie the Pooh a hug and then they're like, no, you can't do that. Because that's actually Xi Jinping, the leader of China. Oops, sorry, just got banned in China now. That's Xi Jinping joke. No, because of the ridiculous COVID-19 in inverted commas rules that you can't be close or something. Yeah, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, it's not a fun one to end on, Ellen. It's not a fun one. It's loading, but I know what it is. I've seen this one. There it is.
Oh, you can't go hug, you can't hug. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know she was gonna run up on him.
Sorry. You can click the link in the description.
There's Pooh Bear! Oh, you can't go hug, you can't hug. Sorry, I didn't know she was gonna run up on him.
Probably California, Disneyland, Disney World, don't know the difference. Yeah, that's not a way to end on. That's just, I mean, like, whatever you think about Disney now, and it being a cesspool of woke and nonsense, not letting a child hug Winnie the Pooh, that's sad. I gotta think of something happy now. This is, it's depressing, no, Eleanor. The whole point is supposed to be happy. It's depressing. Even though I have seen it before. I genuinely can't think of a good video. I'll find someone somewhere. I'll find something somewhere. Oh dear. It's got to be short. I can't think of a good one. I can't think of a nice video. This is horrible. It's not good. You know what? I don't know. I don't want to end on happy. I know. What do people on the internet? They typically end. They like cat videos. I'm gonna be internet for a minute and be pop culture and just end the video with a cat video. This is such cat video. Oh, it shows how clearly depressed I feel. I'm gonna search a cat video. I'm not really an animal person. Like, I'm gonna have to see a cat video to end this on. Ah, let's find a video. I'm finding a video. Oh, my computer's freezing now. Oh, just need to restart. So yeah, disappointing. We're gonna end with a cat video, hopefully, if it loads on YouTube. I have to have a nice way to finish. Yeah, it's not loading very faster at all. Let me refresh it. That's disappointing. But I have to deal with that. It's life. When you have a computer and it's not built for streaming. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a few more moments. See if I have any comments, questions. While it loads, probably not gonna load. So, oh well. Oh, she's telling me the connection's not working. Hopefully it's still streaming. Stream may have stopped. Yeah. If I stop sharing my screen or preparing to share it, might fix it. If it doesn't, then I guess that's the end. And we end on a depressing note. Sorry guys, you can't hug Winnie the Pooh. Your teachers are crazy. Your libraries are full of inappropriate books, and yeah. Well, I'll end on something a little bit more important, which is that, and actually uplifting, that if you accept Jesus as your Lord and Saviour, then you have your hope in eternity. It doesn't matter what happens here. Just as the cat videos are loading. Oh dear. Oh well. There's like a video with Jurassic Park but with a cat. That's interesting. I want to find a short one. It probably is a short one. So we'll just see how long it is. Don't want a too long one, but yeah. The most important thing is that, you know, Jesus is our Lord and Saviour, and we accept that, and we know that we don't have to worry about it. If you haven't got Jesus in your heart, I would encourage you to you know, reach out to me if you want to talk, to learn more about the gospel and freedom. You know, put the two and two together. But if you haven't, then that's, you know, even though you don't want to, that's, you know, disappointing. But like I said before, you know, I won't call you stupid just because you do it. You know, obviously, everyone has their reasons for to not accepting Jesus, because generally it's because they want to sin. I mean, they don't want to admit that's the reason, but that generally is the case. People want to go away from God, and that's how it works. Here it is. Jurassic Park with a cat. 1 minute video. About 1 minute. Play that one. And I won't be so cruel this time and make you wait for the video. Once it's properly loaded, then I'll play it and you can watch it. And yeah, I can't see anyone's comments at the moment because it's just frozen. The page. So if I miss your comments, I'm sorry at the end. I might reply to them after the stream if I don't get a chance to now. Oh, hang on, it's loaded. The comments, I can see now. The same comments, nothing changed. Oh, hang on, no, it's just frozen. That's alright. Let's bring the cat back. Or not back, as in first appearance of the cat. Jurassic Park, but with a cat.
absolutely still. This vision's based on movement.
Ellen is saying she couldn't hear my voice when the video's playing. Yeah, probably because the video's louder. Then maybe that's okay. That's fine. Well, now we watch with Jurassic Park with the cat. That wasn't that interesting, but yeah. Oh, Ellen wants to hear the Duncan song. Let's see if I can get that. I'd love to have a beer with Duncan. Slim Dusty song. We'll end with that. We'll end with that instead. Cat videos. Meh, cat videos. Sorry, cat videos. It's just not that good. It was a good video. It's really interesting how the person did it. Actually, there's a little more, actually. Let's play it a little bit at the end, actually. That looks pretty good, though. That actually looks quite realistic. Ellen also said bye. It's not bye. It's because it should be still working. Should be still streaming. It might have dropped out for a little bit, but let's have a look. Duncan song. She's now telling me privately, that's enough, she doesn't want to hear the Duncan song. And she spelled Duncan wrong. No. You want a Duncan, we get a Duncan. Alright? You're getting it, that's how it works. It's a user request. Just don't copyright strike me for playing the video. Please. But thanks for watching anyway. The first part was okay. Sort of. Interesting events. Interesting comments. Fun times. Thumbs up. Oh yeah, I also uploaded to Telegram as well. And Twitter. Sort of. Well, not really. I'll link it so you can watch it.
I love to have a beer with Duncan. I love to have a beer with Duncan. We drink in moderation, and we never ever get rolling drunk. We drink at the town and country, where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Duncan, 'cause Duncan's me mate. Yeah, I love to have a beer with Colin. I love to have a beer with Col. We drink in moderation, and it doesn't really matter if he brings his doll. We drink at the town and country, where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Colin, 'cause Colin's me mate. I love to have a beer with Kevin. Oh, I love to have a beer with Kev. We drink in moderation, and he drives me home in his big old Chevy. We drink at the town and country, where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Kevin, 'cause Kevin's me mate. I love to have a beer with Patrick. I love to have a beer with Pat. We drink in moderation, and it wouldn't really matter if the beer was flat. We drink at the town and country, where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Patrick, 'cause Patrick's me mate. Change key. I love to have a beer with Robert. I love to have a beer with Bob. We drink in moderation, Just one more and back on the job. We drink at the town and country where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Robert, 'cause Robert's me mate. I love to have a beer with Duncan. Oh, I love to have a beer with Duncan. We drink in moderation, and we never ever ever get rolling drunk. We drink at the town and country where the atmosphere is great. I love to have a beer with Duncan, 'cause Duncan's me mate. I love to have a beer with Duncan, 'cause Duncan's me mate.
By the way, I said it stopped and I was muted. I muted myself so you could just listen to the music. And Eleanor says I'm frozen. Might be at that point in time. Hopefully it fixes itself. Anyway, that's it. So thank you for watching my first live stream. A little bit of a test, a little bit of a chat, and see how things go. There might be a next one with Evelyn Ray, with me on this page. It might be on Facebook or on her stuff. I don't know if it'll happen. We'll see. I'll let you know. But anyway, yeah, of course, I'll, say this is the gospel of freedom, all about the gospel and freedom. And then, like I said, if you want to talk about the gospel, ask more questions, talk to me about it. You know where you can find me. And that's about it. So, thank you for listening. Bye-bye, and God bless.